Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. So in the last class, we discussed about firewall upgrade and also high availability. Okay, what is change management process or change request? How to raise at the time of, okay, so whenever if you want to implement any change. Okay, so we have two different types of process related to process oriented SOC operations. One is ITL process, second one NIST framework. So this one we can discuss once again in future. Okay, so that's what we discussed yesterday. So today topic is VPN. So virtual private network. Okay, so it's one of the very important from past 3 years. Most of the cases, everyone is doing work from home option. So how this work from home option is possible at the time of pandemic situation? Because of this VPN only. So whenever any employee, they are trying to access any of the office application is located either in the India itself or maybe even in the some other, okay, so international global application as well. In that scenario, they used to connect to VPN. Okay, so first we can discuss about what is VPN and also we can discuss about, so what are the two different types of VPNs we have. Then we can go and we can discuss about what are the different types of vendors are available in the market. Okay, so that is the agenda. If time permits, I'll explain about proxy also. So before our class has been started, so I was drawing this particular diagram. So you can see here. So this is your computer. Maybe you are located in the remote or maybe virtual location. Okay. So now this is your office application. So or otherwise office. So in this office, if you want to access any application, so first of all, you have to connect to VPN. So once you are connecting to VPN, what will happen? So it will form a tunnel between your remote location wherever you are situated to the respective your office location. So tunnel is like our pipe. It's like a water pipe. In that pipe only that particular data will be transferred. Okay. And also in between your computer and also in between our office locations, keys will be exchanged. So there are two different types of keys will be there. One is called public key and second one is private key. So these keys we will discuss more into application security. Okay. So whenever end user is connecting to VPN in that scenario, so that particular data can be transferred only within the tunnel. So in between this computer or remote location or virtual location to the office, keys will be exchanged. Once these keys will be exchanged, it will provide confidentiality because encryption. It will provide privacy. It will provide authentication because user is connecting to VPN. It will provide authorization. Okay. So because VPN server will accept whether he's authorized user or not. And also it will provide non-repudiation, trustworthy of the data also. So that is called VPN. So how we can define this one? It is a virtually configured network in between user to the office location through public network or internet. Through public network or internet. So it's a private network between end user to the office location. It's a private network. Virtually it's configured between end user to the office location via tunnel. Okay. So even though we are using public internet or internet, so data cannot be broken or attacker cannot hack the data. Why? Because attacker doesn't have any keys. So attacker doesn't ever know what are the keys we are using. So that is the reason. So he cannot break the VPN connectivity. He cannot break the VPN connectivity. If you want to break the VPN connectivity, obviously he should require digital certificate and also he should require even keys also. So what is the key respect to backend server it is sending? Attacker doesn't aware of what is the key, okay, respect to firewall is sending. So whenever you will say here office, so here office either it is located VPN server or maybe firewall also. Okay. So here it is connected to basically firewall. Give me 1 second. I will attach firewall also. So Cisco security. So this is firewall. Yeah. So this firewall is connected. So this firewall has a digital certificate. This firewall has a digital certificate. The digital certificate may be self-signed certificate or be purchased CS certificate. So what is my self-signed certificate and purchase CS certificate? We can discuss later. So I'm repeating once again. So VPN meaning here, it's a virtually configured private network between a remote location to the office location via tunnel using public network or internet. Even though we are using internet or public network, so data can be transferred only within the tunnel. So this tunnel, if you want to break, obviously it should be required keys. So one is public key, second one is private key. So attacker doesn't aware of what are the keys it is exchanged between the end user VPN and also to the respective firewall. So once end user is connected through remotely to this particular firewall via VPN connectivity, whatever applications are hosted in the office location, then he will access those applications. So that is called overall VPN. So there are two different types of VPNs we have. One is remote VPN. So obviously whatever we discussed just now, that is called remote VPN only. Second one is site-to-site VPN. So first we can discuss about definition. Then later we'll go and we'll discuss about so site-to-site VPN and remote VPN. Okay. So anyone, what is the VPN port number? Anyone? What is VPN port number? And also which protocol it will use?
500.
And what is the protocol name?
IP security.
Perfect. Excellent. Yeah. So now I will define the VPN. It is a virtually configured private network in between end user to the office location using public network or else internet. Whenever end user is connected to VPN, tunnel will form between end user to the office location. Data can be transferred only within this tunnel only. Okay. VPN server or firewall will use self-signed or purchased CS certificate. What is self-signed and purchased CS certificate? I will discuss later. It's a part of our application security. Okay, separate topic is there. What is mean by self-signed certificate? What is mean purchased CS certificate? Okay, VPN server firewall use self-signed certificate or purchased CS certificate, and keys will be exchanged between firewall or VPN server to end user machine. Okay. So VPN will provide authentication because he has to connect. Authorization. So authorization is from firewall side or VPN server side. Encryption because keys will be exchanged in between firewall or VPN server to our end user machine. Confidentiality because we are using keys. So if you want to open that particular data, obviously keys should be required. It will provide confidentiality and also trustworthy of the data. So that is called non-reputation. So that's why so we have to use VPN. So in future we'll discuss about VPN authentication failures from the different geolocations. That is one of the use case that we can discuss later part of incident investigations. So whenever we are using VPN connectivity, it will provide mainly authentication, authorization, encryption, confidentiality, and non-reputation, even though it is using public network or internet. So tunnel will form to the remote location to the our office location. So backend process we will discuss now, how this process will work basically. So before going to the backend process, VPN will use protocol name is called IPsec. Port number of IPsec is, what is the port number? What is the port
500.
number? 500. Yeah. So IPsec full form is IP security, Internet Protocol Security. Now, so backend process, this is simple definition. So this is simple definition. So virtually private network, it will form in between end users to the remote location. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Give me 1 minute. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so that is VPN. So VPN backend process we'll discuss now. VPN backend process. Before going to VPN backend process, so we have two different types of VPNs. Types of VPN. One is remote VPN. Second one is site-to-site VPN. Remote VPN and site-to-site VPN. So these are all the two different types of VPNs. So every organization it will use. What is in by remote VPN and what is in by site-to-site VPN, we can discuss now. So first one is remote VPN. So as I said earlier, so from past 3 years, whoever is doing work from home option, they are using remote VPN. Work from home option, they are using remote VPN. So we have different types of VPN vendors available in the market. So directly firewall itself, it will act as a VPN. Otherwise, we can purchase third party also. If you don't want to use firewall as a VPN, so we have to use dedicated firewall servers, sorry, VPN servers also. So firewall will act as a VPN also. It's one of the feature basically by default feature. So maybe you don't like firewall as a VPN. In that scenario, we have to use dedicated tools. So those dedicated tools are also available in the market. So I'll explain about those two things as well. So first one is remote VPN. So remote VPN, mainly it contains three different types of subcomponents. One is VPN client. Second one is VPN portal. Third one is VPN gateway. So VPN portal, VPN client, VPN portal, and VPN gateway. So these are all the three different types of components normally remote VPN will use. So what is in the VPN client? VPN client. So what is my EDR agent or EDR client? Where we have to configure EDR agent or EDR client? Anyone?
End user machines.
Perfect. Same thing, VPN client also. So it's like an agent basically. VPN client, or otherwise we can also call it as agent. So this VPN client or agent, we have to install on the end user machine, not in the server. In the server level, there is no need to configure VPN. Okay. So only on the end user machine. So example, in this particular diagram, so in this computer, so whatever VPN, so vendor will provide the VPN configuration file, similar to like one of the software file. So we have to download that software file and we have to install in this computer. So that is called VPN client. So how can we define this one? So VPN client or agent will be installed on end user machine. So this VPN will be provided by VPN client will be provided by vendor. So what are vendor we are purchasing? So if it is Fortinet vendor, if it is Palo Alto vendor, if it is Juniper vendor, if it is Cisco vendor. Okay, so that particular VPN client we have to download from the either firewall or maybe directly from the support portal. After downloading, we have to take that software file. We have to install that particular file in the end user machine, every end user machine. Next one is VPN portal. So what is this VPN portal? It contains basically, so whoever vendor we are purchasing, every vendor all over the worldwide, so they will maintain the gateway of the routers. Gateway of the routers. So what is mean by this one? Example, if it is Fortinet vendor, if it is Palo Alto vendor, if it is Juniper vendor, or maybe it is Cisco vendor, or maybe it is Citrix vendor, or Zscaler vendor, or Zscaler otherwise. So these are very famous VPN vendors basically in the market. So these vendors all over the worldwide, so they will install routers or gateways. So every vendors in each and every continent, okay, so they will maintain their own router. Example, maybe, so we have 6 to 7 continents. Maybe consider example North America. Maybe North America, so they will put their own router or gateway in USA or maybe Canada or maybe Mexico. So these 3 countries part of North America. South America, maybe they will put in Brazil, maybe some other country. Okay. So in the Middle East, example UAE or Dubai. Okay. So in Europe, Netherlands or Amsterdam. So next one is Africa, maybe South Africa. Next one is APAC. Okay, so Singapore or India, or maybe Japan also. Next one is Australia. So Australia. So the example I'm saying, okay, don't think same as it is, but most of their data centers, most of the data centers, you can think always I will use these country names only. Why? Because most of the vendors, OEM vendors, so most of the OEM vendors, they will maintain their data centers in these countries only. In North America, USA or Canada, in South America, Brazil, in Middle East, Dubai, in Europe, Netherlands or Amsterdam, Africa, South Africa, APAC, Singapore or India, so Australia. So these are all the data centers all over they will maintain. So their gateway routers, example, Fortinet vendor, so in these locations, so they will maintain their own routers. In the similar way, Palo Alto also they will maintain their own routers. So next one, Juniper. So Juniper, Cisco, Citrix, and so on. So what VPN portal it contains? It contains list of the gateways information all over the worldwide. It contains the list of the gateways or routers information. So that is called VPN portal. Next one is VPN gateway. So VPN gateway is always router, any country router basically. Every vendor will maintain gateway or router. Okay. So now how this process will work? How this process will work? So I will go back to diagram. So this is our VPN client, because in the end user machine, we are installing what our vendor, okay, provided VPN client or agent. We will install in this computer. So once the user is providing the credentials, nothing but even for VPN also, we have to provide username and password. If you want to connect VPN, so first we have to provide the credentials. Our Windows credentials are different and VPN credentials are different. Couple of companies, both Windows credentials as well as VPN credentials also same. In such a way, they will do sync up to Active Directory. So once user is given their credentials for VPN, so once they clicked on, then that particular, obviously it will connect to the VPN, then that connectivity will go to VPN portal. So this is VPN portal. So VPN portal, what it contains, it will provide a list of the gateways information or routers information. Example, USA or UK or maybe India or maybe Singapore or maybe Dubai or maybe Netherlands and so on. So it will provide the list of the gateways information or routers information. So always VPN client will choose nearest gateway router based on the geographical location wise. So make example, we are in India. So whenever we are connecting to VPN client, so which country it will select? Which gateway router it will connect? Which gateway router it will connect?
India.
Yes, India only. That's correct. So India gateway router it will connect. Once it is connected, then that particular routing it will transfer to the Office application now. Wherever our main firewall is located, our VPN server is located. So routing it will form. So either RIP, routing information protocol, or maybe OSPF, open shortest path first, or maybe BGP, border gateway protocol, or maybe EAGRP, extended interior gateway protocol, or IGRP, interior gateway routing protocol. It will choose, and finally connection will be established in between VPN server wherever it is located in the office, or my firewall wherever it is located in the office to the end user machine. So this is the way how the VPN connection will be established between end user to the office application or office. Now finally end user is able to access the whatever applications are hosted in the data center or maybe in the cloud. So this is the overall process. So how we can explain, once the end user is connected to VPN client, so that VPN connectivity will go to the VPN portal, and VPN portal, it will provide the list of the gateways or routers information. So based on the portal information, always VPN, it will choose the nearest gateway router to the VPN client. From there, connection will be established to the VPN server or firewall. Finally, tunnel will be formed in between a remote location to the our office location. In the tunnel only data will be exchanged whenever user is accessing any application, so that it will provide encryption, confidentiality, privacy, authentication, authorization, trustworthy of the data. So that is the backend process, guys. So this is called remote VPN. In the similar way, now site-to-site VPN, site-to-site VPN. First, end user will connect to the, okay, so maybe example consider you are working for one of the project or client, one of the project or client. So you are a part of TCS company. So this is TCS office, your base office. That may be Hyderabad or maybe Chennai or Bangalore or maybe Kolkata or whatever it may be. So your client is maybe example Bank of French or France, Bank of French or France. Now, so from TCS office, you have to connect it to one more site, whatever it is located in the France. Okay, because you have to access the customer applications also. First, you have to connect to TCS. From TCS, so you have to connect it to another site is called France. Then finally, connection will be established between so your France to end user machine. So that is one way. Otherwise, you can think about one more way. So your branch office is there located in Hyderabad, one site, and your headquarters is in the California, USA. So example, this is USA, California. Your headquarters is in California. So your critical applications, everything you host in California, USA. So your remote office or branch office is located in India. In this scenario, if you want to access any applications are hosted in the California, USA, first you have to connect to the India site. From there, you have to connect to the California. So this is the way how the site-to-site VPN will be established in between one site to the another site. So in between these two sites now, so there are two different types of phases. One is called IKE phase 1. Second one is called IKE phase 2. Okay, first we can define the remote VPN, then we can go to site-to-site VPN. So these vendors, these are VPN portal vendors. Example VPN gateways or routers across the globe. So backend process, VPN backend process. Once the end user is connected VPN client in the end user machine using credentials, it will connect to VPN. Then from end user machine to connection will be established to VPN portal. So VPN portal will provide the list of routers information. VPN client will choose always nearest gateway router, nearest gateway or router. And finally, connection will be established between end user machine to office location. Then tunnel will form between end user machine to office. Whenever user is accessing any applications, data will be transferred only within the tunnel. So that is the backend process case. So please go through this one, and if you have any queries, let me know tomorrow. So that's the VPN backend process. Just now, whatever we discussed, I have written in the English. That's it. Okay. Now, site-to-site VPN. Second one is site-to-site VPN. So site-to-site VPN, as I said, example, your office is located, maybe your office is a distributed company. So distributed company meaning here, so one of the branch office is located in India, maybe your headquarters is located in USA or maybe some other country, or maybe UK or Europe and so on. In that scenario, most of the critical applications, they will host in the headquarters. Where our headquarters is there, most of the critical applications, they will host there. So if you want to access those critical applications wherever it is hosted in the headquarters, first we have to connect it to our branch offices. From there, we have to connect one more VPN to our headquarters. In such a way, okay, so VPN, it will form in between site-to-site VPN. So whenever this site-to-site VPN will form, so there are two phases basically. In site-to-site VPN, we have two phases. So one is IKE phase 1 and second one is IKE phase 2. So I will show that one also practically. So you open the FortiGate demo here. So demo here, demo. Go to VPN. So IPsec tunnel. So tunnel we have to configure. So tunnel meaning here. So one tunnel from your, okay, so primary site. So example in this scenario. So one tunnel. So from this is one office location, this is another office location. Example, this one consider Hyderabad, India. This is USA, California. So tunnel. So neighbor IP address we have to provide in this scenario. Tunnel will form between these two locations. So that is tunnel configuration. So this tunnel configuration. So interface binding meaning here through which interface that internet traffic will go. What are WAN interface? WAN interface normally internet will go, right? So WAN means wide area network. In that wide area network, maybe whatever you will configure. So that untrusted interface, that particular interface or maybe facing to internet. One of the interface we have to configure as a untrusted interface or maybe WAN interface. In that WAN interface only the traffic will go. So that, okay, interface binding and status. Once the tunnel will form, now stated will show like a active. Right now it is showing as inactive. That means tunnel is not working properly. Tunnel is not working properly. Okay. Next one you can see VPN portal. VPN portal, that's what I said. So it will provide list of the gateways information. Now example, maybe USA or India or maybe Mumbai or maybe Japan or maybe Singapore, all those. Okay, so routers information we have to provide here. Routers information we have to provide. So this is called VPN portal. Just theoretical and practical, you can just compare. So next one is VPN client. So VPN client meaning here. So whatever interface, so whatever username and passwords we are configuring in each and every interface. VPN server meaning, so this particular firewall will act as a server. So firewall by default will act as a VPN server. That's what I said. If you want, you can use firewall as a VPN server. Otherwise, you can use third-party vendors or tools also. So interface, obviously WAN interface. So the tunnel name here, whatever tunnel we created here. So the tunnel name, we have to put it here, that name of the tunnel we have to configure here. Port number is 500. Port number is 500. So IPsec tunnel will form. Okay. So this is the meaning of VPN basically. So now you can see here, VPN location of the map. VPN location of the map. So whatever VPNs are connected, through which location VPNs are connected, end users are connected, whether they are connected from the respective wherever branch offices are located, or with suspicious activities going on. Suspicious activities going on. Couple of times what will happen, even though, example, end user is situated in the India, but their VPN authentications will come from China. Their authentications will come from Japan. Their authentications will come from Thailand or maybe Vietnam and so on. How is it possible? Maybe we have to think this one is suspected activity. Maybe this one we have to suspect, okay, so abnormal activity. Someone attacker is trying to do some of the illegitimate activity or abnormal activity or malicious activity or suspicious activity. Even every employee, whenever they are connecting to VPN, we can see, so whether they are connecting from the respective wherever branch offices are located, or maybe so abnormal geographical locations they are connecting. So attacker, maybe they are trying to compromise their VPN credentials. So that's why I said in authentication failure category. What are the different types of authentication failure category of the attacks we discussed? Anyone? What are the different types of authentication failure category of the attacks we discussed? Authentication failure category. Brute force. Yes, brute force.
Password spray attack,
Password spray attack.
dictionary attack,
VPN authentication failure.
Dictionary attack. Yeah.
Rainbow.
Last one is VPN authentication failures. So last one is VPN authentication failures. So that time it's I told you this particular use case or scenario we will discuss about in future after completing the firewall. So this is basically, so whenever any end user, even though they are connecting from the respective remote or branch office located, wherever their offices are located, unfortunately, sometimes their logins will show from the different geographical locations. Example, as I said, So maybe you are situated in the India, but your authentication success or failures will come from Singapore, Japan, UK, USA. So maybe some other locations also. So this particular activity or failures or success, we have to suspect as a illegitimate activity or abnormal activity or suspicious activity. Now we have to go and we have to analyze the logs, whether internal user is trying to connect or external attacker is trying to do on behalf of end user. So that one we can discuss in future. That is one of the practical scenario also. It's very, very popular. Okay. So nowadays, each and every vendor or tool related to firewall, we can see even VPN geographical location also. So from which location they are connecting. So all those 7 continents, it will be shown here. So through which location they are accessing. So where authentication failures are coming. Okay. So this is a practical example. So site-to-site VPN. So site-to-site VPN contains 2 phases. One is phase 1. In phase 1, in between, so one side to another side, there are 3 messages will be exchanged. So here one firewall will be there, or VPN server will be there. Here one firewall, and here one firewall. So I'll put it here itself. Okay. So here one firewall, here one firewall. Otherwise, you are using dedicated VPN server. So this VPN server, this VPN server. Now these are like a peer-to-peer. Peer means neighbor. So India, so this is India, as I said. So India peer VPN server is California or USA, and California peer VPN device is India. So in between these two, so 3 messages will be exchanged like a hello, hello. Okay, so I want to connect to VPN. Okay, so can we negotiate each other? Can we negotiate each other? Okay, in such a way, 3 messages will be exchanged in between. So 2 different locations or 2 different sites. So that is IKE phase 1 or phase 1. Okay, so in phase 1, 3 messages will exchange in between 2 sites. In phase 2, so as I said, either self-signed certificate or purchase CS certificate we will use. Self-signed certificate and purchase CS certificate we will use. So how the encryption will form? So what are the different cryptographic algorithms it will use? What are the different hashing algorithms it will use? So that is part of phase 2. So here just one connection will be established. So connection will be established in phase 1. In phase 2, encryption will form basically, encryption. So meaning here, example, maybe here they are using in this certificate RSA algorithm or maybe Diffie-Hellman algorithm. RSA or Diffie-Hellman algorithm with bit size is 1024 and 2048. You will not understand this one basically now. Why? Because we did not discuss what is symmetric cryptography and what is asymmetric cryptography. And also SSL TLS mutual authentication. So SSL TLS mutual authentication, once this network security will complete, then I will start application security. So just you can listen this one. So once again, I will repeat in future. So maybe in the USA California location, they are using in the VPN server, purchase CS certificate with asymmetric cryptography algorithm is called as RSA, and also or maybe Diffie-Hellman with bit size is 1024. 1024. Okay. So here also they are using RSA or maybe Diffie-Hellman or maybe ECC, elliptical curve cryptography. So same 1024 or 2048. And also keys will be there. Here public key will be there and private key will be there here. Here also public and private key will be there. So because we are using certificate. So now what will happen in between these two 6 messages after connection will be established in phase 2. Can you provide your public key to me so that I will use that public key. I can transfer my data to you using RSA 1024 bit size. So in such a way, security negotiations will happen. Encryption will form. Tunnel will form between two sites. Okay. First, it will exchange hello messages. After exchanging hello messages, please provide your public key, and also you can provide your private key. Then, okay, so what is the cryptographic algorithm you are using and what the bit size? In such a way, in phase 2, in between two sites, 6 messages will be exchanged. 6 messages will be exchanged between two sites in phase 2. Okay. So finally, encryption tunnel will form. Encrypted tunnel will form. After negotiation will happen between two sides. Encrypted tunnel will form after security and negotiations. Now, whenever end user is trying to access the VPN, so in that particular tunnel only data will be transferred. So that is called site-to-site VPN. Site-to-site VPN. Okay. First, user has to connect to the one location. After connecting, so he has to choose one more, wherever headquarter is there, that location he has to connect. Then in between these two, site-to-site will happen, and also here VPN client will be there. So this is called site-to-site VPN. So practically we can discuss. So at the time of VPN configurations, VPN configure, how to configure this one. Okay. So that is about, okay, so site-to-site VPN and remote VPN. Now, who are all vendors are available in the market? So as I said, firewall itself, it will act as a VPN. In case, if you don't want to use firewall as a VPN, we have dedicated tools or servers are available in the market. So now we can see who are all firewall vendors are there and what is the VPN name, and also dedicated VPN, what are the different types of VPN servers are available. So firewall based VPNs. So first one is Fortinet or Fortigate. Fortigate. So Fortigate VPN client name is called as, this is firewall. So this firewall vendor, and VPN client name is called, already working professional is aware of this one, guys. FortiClient. FortiClient. So if you are using FortiGate as a VPN tool, so FortiClient we will install in our every laptop. So if it is a Palo Alto firewall, so that VPN client name is called as Global Protect. So please go and verify whoever is working already, and whoever is not working after onboarding in a company, please go and verify. So which VPN you are using. They'll ask in the interview or not interview, after onboarding also, in your previous organization, which VPN you used. Okay. So if it's Cisco firewall, that is called AnyConnect. If it's Cisco firewall, that is called AnyConnect. If it is Juniper firewall, that is called Pulse Secure. Pulse Secure. It's a very famous case. Number one right now in the market is Pulse Secure only. Okay, these are firewall vendors along with VPN client names. So if you don't want to use these firewall as a VPN, we have dedicated tools or vendors. Firewall based VPN vendors or tools. So dedicated VPN tools or vendors. So one is Zscaler or Zscaler. Okay. So that VPN client is obviously Zscaler only. Next one, Citrix. So Citrix is Citrix Gateway. Next one is Akamai. Okay. Yeah, so these are all on the dedicated vendors we have. In Pulse Secure also I'll put under both. Okay, so these are all the different types of vendors are available. These are all very famous VPNs also. Most of the organizations they will use these one only. either Porty Client or Global Protect or Any Connect or Pulse Secure or Jetscaler or Citrix and so on. Okay. Citrix receiver we have to download and you have to provide your username and password and you have to log in. So then VPN connectivity will be established between your laptop to the respective. So wherever applications are hosted, that location. Finally, you are able to access the application. This applicable to even you're working in projects also. So if you're working for a project, example, maybe you're part of Wipro company and you're working for Continental Health. Continental Health is one of, okay, so healthcare related hospital. Your client is Continental Health. In that scenario, so now Continental Health company has to provide VPN client to you. That VPN client you have to install in your laptop. Or by Continental Health directly they will provide laptop to you. Nowadays, what these uh, clients or customers they are doing. So instead of using our consulting based laptops, example, maybe TCS laptop or Wipro laptop or Infosys laptop and so on. So client itself, they are providing laptop. So they are not trusting these consulting companies as well because of the security reasons. Okay. Two options are possible. It depends. Okay. So that is about overall VPN, guys. VPN. So these VPN logs also we have to integrate it to. We have to integrate it to which tool? We have to integrate which tool? VPN logs. We have to
Same.
integrate which tool?
Same
What is
tool.
our main tool?
Same.
SIM tool. Yeah, SIM tool. So firewall logs are VPN server logs. Which integration method we can use to integrate? Anyone?
Agent.
How can we
Collector-
integrate firewall logs or VPN logs to SIM
Collector
tool?
agent.
No, wrong. Network and security. So far, how many different types of log integration methods we discussed? Collector agent. Second one, syslog. EDR logs will use API token management, SaaS based application. So integration of firewall logs to SIM tool. Integration of firewall or VPN tool logs to SIM tool. So we will use syslog server method. Maybe why you confused, I know. We discussed Active Directory and domain controller. That time I told you, whenever if you want to integrate server logs to SIM tool, so that time I said collector agent method. So here VPN server means actually it is not a server, it's a basically tool. So that's why maybe you confused and given collector agent, but VPN logs will integrate syslog server method. So if you want to integrate firewall logs or VPN logs or proxy logs or network IDS, network IPS, we'll use syslog server method. Most of the network and security logs will integrate using syslog server method. That may be router logs, switch logs, load balancer logs, firewall logs, proxy logs, IDS, IPS logs, and also VPN server logs. Which method we'll use? Syslog server method using push mechanism. So in this scenario, what we have to do, log into firewall or VPN or network IDS, network IPS. I'm giving that one also simultaneously, or proxy. Even it is applicable to router switch also, or router or switch load balancer. So all these different types of network devices, basically, it will support syslog server. Proxy logs integration also now itself I'm saying. Proxy, NADS, NAPS. Okay, so router, switch, load balancer, firewall, and VPN. So these logs, which method we have to use? Syslog server method. It is also one of the interview question. Do you know how to onboard log sources to the SIM tool? Do you know how to integrate log sources logs to the SIM tool? Okay, so what is the answer you have to say? Yes, I know how to integrate or how to configure the log source logs to SIM tool. So what is the answer you have to say? Log into firewall or VPN server or proxy. Take one example. Don't take all the example. Take whatever you like, either EDR or server or maybe firewall or maybe proxy. One example you can take. Example firewall logs integration or maybe VPN server logs integration. or maybe network IDs, network IPs logs integration, and so on. So login, first step is login to firewall or VPN or load balancer or NADs, NAPS. Then go to settings tab, second step. Go to settings tab. Third one is click on syslog server option. We'll discuss once again this one part of SIM tool. Then do below configuration. What is that below configuration we have to do in this syslog? SM tool name, SM tool IP address, SM tool host name, protocol, port number, log format. Okay. So example, SA tool name is Splunk. Where we are doing all this configuration, by the way, where we are doing all this configuration now, whether we are doing in SIM tool or whether we're doing in some other log source. All this configuration, which tool we are doing?
SIM tool.
No, wrong.
Syslog server.
Yeah, so log into firewall. If are integrating firewall logs, firewall we have to log in. If are integrating VPN, then VPN tool. If are integrating network IDs, network IPS, network IDs, network IPS tool. If are integrating proxy logs, proxy. If are integrating load balancer, then we have to log into load balancer. Now all these configurations we are doing in the log sources. So in these tools we are doing, and we are sending the logs to SIM tool. We are not doing these configurations in SIM tool. We are logging either firewall or maybe so NADS NAPS tool or maybe proxy. Otherwise, I'll give practical example. Log and report. Log and report, log settings. Yeah, you can see here now. So now I went to firewall port. I log into firewall. So firewall, obviously we log into firewall. So then we to log settings. Under log setting, syslog logging is enabled and IP address are fully qualified domain name. This is SIM tool IP address. Is it clear or not? Example, this is SIM tool IP address. So we have to provide the SIM tool IP address here. Now, whatever logs are generated in the Fortinet firewall, automatically all those logs, it will use a TCP three-way handshake connection will be established between our firewall to the SIM tool. And these logs, whatever logs are generated, those logs will go to SIM tool. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Whenever if you want to integrate the logs, first of all, we have to log into the tool. Whatever you said, that method also is available. Whatever you said, so we have to go to SIM tool and we have to do some configuration. That is called API token management method that we can discuss later. We have to log into SIM tool, then we have to provide API credentials, application programming interface, API means. So example, perfect example is EDR. EDR will not support syslog server option. EDR will support only API token management method only. So we have to generate API token. Then those token like a username and password we have to take. Then we have to go to SIM tool. In the SIM tool, so whatever token is generated in the EDR tool, we have to configure in the SIM tool also. But syslog server side, there is no need to generate any username, password, or tokens and so on. Directly we can log into either firewall or VPN tool or maybe network IDs, network IPS or proxy, even web application firewall or load balancer and router and switch. So then we have to go to the syslog server option. Then we have to enable all those options, SIM tool IP address. Okay. So this one we can discuss in future once again. So whatever right now I'm saying, this is completely, this one is generic firewall logs. How can we integrate? Generic firewall logs, how can we integrate? Different vendors, they will follow different approach that we can see later. It's a part of SIM tool log integration methods. We have 7 to 8 log integration methods are there. Okay. So now SM tool name is Splunk. So all this configuration we are doing in the firewall. So below configuration has to do in firewall. If it is firewall, firewall. If it is VPN, VPN. If it is router, router. If it's switch, switch. If it's load balancer, load balancer. So SIM tool name is Splunk example. Okay. So next one is SIM tool IP address. Maybe 10.10.10.1. It's one of the IP address of the Splunk. SIM tool host name. Splunk maybe tcs.com. So they're given the host name, fully qualified domain name. Fully qualified domain name for remembering purpose, easy way of understanding purpose. So we cannot remember always IP address. So that's what they will give for easy remembering purpose. Splunk tcs.com example. Protocol. What is the protocol? What is the protocol? TCP or UDP? Because connection has to established in between firewall and also to the SIM tool. So most of the cases TCP. And port number. What is the port number? syslog port number. Syslog port number.
500, sir.
500.
514.
514. I did not ask VPN port number.
One
I
time.
did not ask IPsec port number. So we are doing now syslog configuration. Syslog port number. It's one of the favorite interview question also I told you. What is syslog port number? 514. Please go and refer. What is full form? Syslog full form.
System login. System
Yes, system logging. Yes. So log format. So whatever firewall is supporting log format, that may be BSD, that may be CSV. So that may be XML. So that may be some other formats. So that format we have to choose. So do you think that these log format directly SIM tool will understand? Do you think that different types of log formats SIM tool will understand? Yes or no? Maybe server logs format is different. Firewall logs format is different. Application log format is different. Okay. End user computer log format is different. Whether SIM tool will understand these are the different types of log formats. No, it will not understand. What it will do, different types of log formats will be converted into SIM tool understandable format. That is called unique format. Maybe server log format is BSD. So firewall log format is CSV. So one of the end user laptop log format is XML. Okay, one of the application log format is JSON. So these are the different types of log formats we have. There are so many. So these are a couple of examples. So directly if you are integrating these logs to SIM tool will not understand. What SIM tool will do? So these are all the different types of log formats will be converted into SM tool understandable format that is called CEF, common event format. Common event format. So this conversion is called as a parsing. Parsing. PARSING, parsing. Converting different types of log formats into SM tool understandable format or SM tool unique format. So that's called CEF. That CEF is nothing but SM tool understand. That entire process we can call it parsing. So that we can discuss later. So finally, what is the conclusion? So SM tool will not understand different types of log formats. SM tool will convert all those different types of log formats into common event format. So that common event format conversion only we can call it as parsing. Okay. So this is the way we can integrate logs to SIM tool. In case you are integrated firewall, you have done all these configuration now in firewall. For suppose you went to Splunk tool now. In Splunk tool, unfortunately, logs are not reflecting. Nothing but logs are not coming. What are firewall logs? Example, Portigate you can consider. So Portigate, you went and you did all this configuration, but even though you have completed the configuration, unfortunately, logs are not coming or reflecting in the SIM tool. But what will you do? In this scenario, what we have to do? PCAP. What is PCAP? Anyone? Did we discuss PCAP? PCAP.
Packet capture.
Packet capture. We have to do packet capture in the firewall. We have to do packet capture in the firewall. Then we have to go and we have to analyze in one of the tool. That tool name is called as anyone? Packet capture. Which tool we have to analyze? Which tool
Nmap,
will
sir.
analyze packet capture?
Wireshark.
Wireshark, excellent. Wireshark. Wireshark will do network traffic analysis. Network traffic analysis. So already we discussed under which topic? This topic we discussed already. Which topic? Which topic we discussed this topic? Under which topic we discussed already this information?
TCP IP layers.
Excellent. That's perfect answer. TCP IP layer. So Wireshark tool will give the TCP IP layer information. So there itself I told you. So please download Wireshark tool and analyze your Wi-Fi traffic. How many people has done? How many people has done the traffic analysis? No one. Am I correct? Okay, that's fine. So this is the way we can troubleshoot. So where we have to download the packet capture. So we have to go to the login report. We have to click on forward traffic. So in this forward traffic option, here we have to filter. So our firewall source is firewall, example 10.88.51.2. So next one is destination. So destination also we have to define. So destination is example maybe 10.88.101.99. This is Splunk. This is Splunk. Now Splunk, right? So now logs are going firewall to Splunk. So now this is firewall address example. This is Splunk address. You can filter out these two and download the PCAP file. So click on this one and download the file. So this is called PCAP file. Now PCAP file is downloaded. This PCAP file, which tool we have to analyze? Wireshark. So water file is downloaded, PCAP file. So we have to import. So file, open. So file open, that file wherever it is downloaded, we have to open that file. In such a way we have to do troubleshoot. This one we can discuss later. So who will take care of this one? Who will take care of this one in the SIM tool? Implementation team. But even though for L1 people, L2 people, L3 people also they're asking, do you know how to onboard log sources? Do you know how to troubleshoot the log sources logs? In case logs are not reflecting, logs are not coming in SIM tool. All these implementation level, why they need for operational support of L1, L2 and L3. This is the way how they are asking in depth. Now interviews are a little bit complicated. 2 years back, interviews are not that much in depth. Now implementation level also they're expecting. Even for 0 to 4 years experience as well. So maybe 4+, okay, we can consider, okay. 4+, maybe we can expect those implementation questions also. But 0 to 4 years also, they are asking, do you know how to troubleshoot? Do you know how to create correlation rule? Do you know how to create, okay, so onboarding of the log sources? Do you know how to integrate the log sources logs to SIM tool? First of all, who will do all these? Implementation team. But these type of questions also they're asking. Okay. Anyway, that is different story. All these things we can discuss once again part of SIM tool. There I will ask once again, but you will not say the answer, unfortunately. That is the problem. So same thing when we discussed about TCP IP layer. So I said, okay, Wireshark is packet capture analysis tool. You can see here PCAP, packet capture. So TCP IP layer, whenever we are doing network traffic analysis, it will give these 4 layers information. So that time itself, I said Wireshark is a traffic analyzer tool. Whenever if you want to do any traffic analysis for troubleshooting purpose, we'll use Wireshark tool. Okay. Yeah, so that's all for today, guys. Tomorrow we'll continue proxy on network IDs, network IPS. So whatever theoretical part is completed and whoever has the leisure time, sufficient time is there, please open this firewall and also please open my class notes. Compare these two with practical. I'm not saying everybody, I will give tool anyway. Don't worry. But some of the people has time, right? So whoever has a leisure time or free time, so please open this theoretical part and open practical demo tool and compare these two and practice all these tabs. Is it clear or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So that you can remember all the practical way, there is no need to by heart or mug up anything. So theoretical part with the practical part, just you can compare. Okay, this is the way how we have to do basically. Okay, so that's all for today. Tomorrow I will start network IDs, network IPS, or maybe proxy. Okay, so we are a little bit lagging. So maybe Sunday I will take, or tomorrow Sunday only. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Yeah. Any questions do you have, guys?
Hi, sir.
Hi.
So do we need to download the Wireshark?
Yes, we
Actually,
have to
I
download,
didn't do
Preeti.
that, sir. So I
Yes, yeah, we have to download that one. So how to download? Just you can go to Google. So, okay, Wireshark. Okay, just you can go to Google and give Wireshark down, Wireshark just or Wireshark download also fine. And you can see Wireshark download. Please don't go to Trojan websites. So if you want to download Wireshark tool, always we have to go to the wireshark.organization, org. So go to download option and whatever bit number you are using, whether 32-bit or 64-bit, whatever it may be. So 64-bit you can download, it's a Windows. So if you are using MacBook, then you can download MacBook. So click on this Windows installer. After downloading this one, open this file and click next, and finally finish. So
Yeah.
this is the way how to download.
actually I downloaded the Nmap tool, but I don't know. To download this Wireshark, sir. I'll do that,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, you can do this one, and also you can possible you can analyze your Wi-Fi traffic also. So how to analyze your Wi-Fi traffic? So you can see here. So Wi-Fi here. So click on this Wi-Fi traffic. Now in my laptop, whatever work I am doing, everything it will monitor. So I will show once again. So go to Wireshark. So this one window will open. So under this one, you can see lot of connectors are there. Local area connection 1, connection 2, connection 3, connection 4, and so on. So because you are connected now, because already I'm accessing so many applications now. I opened draw.io, I opened zoom.com, I opened googledrive.com, I opened one of the Google Sheet, one of the Fortinet firewall, and also I opened Wireshark. In another window, maybe I opened YouTube and Facebook and so on. So backend it is running basically. So now go to Wireshark tool. So what are you connected? So example Wi-Fi. So click on this Wi-Fi. You can see traffic also going. You can see here traffic is going on now. In my system, whatever applications I'm accessing. So Google Drive, draw.io, then so Google Sheet. Okay, so then Fortinet.com, firewall, all those. So click on this one. So this is the topic. Now you can go and you can filter out here. So one of the very famous interview question. So how can you filter IP address in Wireshark? In most of the interview, they will ask this one. How can you filter out in Wireshark IP address? That means you have to remember the command. IP dot add. See, when I'm giving filtering option or query, automatically it is coming. IP dot addr. Okay, so meaning here, whenever green will come, that means it's working fine. So now equal to, so IP address 192. Select this one, maybe 192.168.0.133. Now see, previously red color has come, meaning that command is wrong. Now IP dot addr equivalent to 192.168.0.130. Now you can filter out the here. So here arrow symbol is there, just click on this one. Now only 192.68 related traffic it will appear here. There are different types of color coded also there. One is pink color, one is ash color, one is green color. So according to this one also, now we can go and we can see whether packet is retransmitted, packet is allowed, packet is dropped, packet is blocked, or packet is denied, and so on. So now you can come down. Here, this is called TCP IP layer, guys. These are TCP IP layers. Frame will come under which layer? Frame will come under which layer? Frame will come under which layer?
Data link.
Data link layer. Data format in data link layer is frame. So Ethernet will come under which layer? Ethernet will come under which layer?
Physical layer.
Physical or maybe data link. Okay. So meaning here TCP IP layer. Now you can go and you can verify. This one I think we discussed already. Just go and see about TCP IP layer. Okay. Video. I think we discussed already this one. Okay. So network interface layer. So data link and physical network interface layer. Okay. So now go back here. So these two are network interface layer. Internet protocol, which layer? Internet protocol, which layer?
Network layer.
Network layer. Yes. User datagram protocol, which layer?
Transport layer.
Transport layer. Data, which layer?
Application.
Application presentation.
Application layer. Yeah. So that is what application layer, transport layer, internet layer, network interface layer. That is what it's showing. So Wireshark tool will give TCP IP layer information. That is what practical also we are able to see. These two are network interface layer. This is network layer, internet layer. This is transport layer. This is application layer. Are able to map or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the way how to analyze. Anyway, no problem. We can discuss once again Wireshark in future. Please remember this command. Please remember this command. Interview question this one. How can you filter IP address in Wireshark? IP dot addr equivalent to or equals to. So IP address x dot x dot x dot x. Okay. So please go and validate this tool. Okay. If you have any queries, please let me know tomorrow.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thanks, Preet. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sir, FortiNet and FortiGate both are same.
Yeah, it's a good question. Actually, this one I thought to clear at the time of practical demo. So FortiGate is a company, FortiNet is a firewall. Otherwise, maybe Ulta I said, give me 1 second. FortiNet is a company, FortiGate is a firewall. So that one also I will show you. Give me 1 second. So this one I thought to clarify at the time of practical session, practical demo tool. So you can see, I've opened FortiNet website. Are you able to see FortiNet website?
Yes, sir.
FortiNet is a total vendor name or company name, other company name. Under this FortiNet, we have firewall name is called FortiGate. Okay, so there are so many. Okay, so products they are supporting. Even FortiSIM also there. We have FortiSIM. Okay, FortiSIM also there. Cybersecurity, cloud security, zero trust access, enterprise level, network level, Click on this one. Next generation firewall. So this next generation firewall, right now what are we are showing? This FortiGate. So coming back to your question, yes, Fortinet is a company name, FortiGate is a firewall name. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So company name means it's like a vendor.
Yes, correct. Vendor, yeah.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Hari.
Sir, this Wireshark tool is also available in Kali Linux, right, sir?
Yes, Kali Linux also available, but you have to enter a lot of commands. Why we have to enter for the command line interface? It's better to go to graphical user interface.
Okay, sir.
So it is available, you are right. Password cracking tools, Nmap tool. Okay, so Janda Ripat, there are so many tools are available under Kali Linux. But unfortunately, for going for Kali Linux, you have to remember a lot of command line interface, everything command line interface. You have to remember the commands. But better you can go to graphical user interface. There is no need to remember any commands.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other?
Sir,
Yes, Siva.
sir, I have one doubt about EDR class, sir. I am not attending that live session.
Okay. Oh,
Sir,
no. Practical demo tool is not completed yet.
Oh, okay. Sir.
Practical tool is not completed yet. So that I will start once these tools, I mean, theoretical part is completed. Why?
Okay.
Because if I will say now in the tool in between,
Sir.
so you'll forget everything by the end of the cybersecurity sessions overall. So if I'll give the tools, okay, so at the time of last practical sessions, you will remember everything because tools are very important. That's why. Is it clear?
Okay.
Sir, is SIM tool and Splunk tool is same or different, sir?
No, SIM tool is a overall tool name. Under that, so many vendors are available. So example, as I said, okay, so fruit is a category. Under the fruit, we have so many fruits are there: banana, apple, pineapple, watermelon, and so on. In the similar way, SIM is a tool name. Under the tool, we have so many vendors are available: Splunk, IBM QRadar, Exabeam, Elk, RSA, FortiSIM. Okay, so there are so many vendors are available. More than 20 to 30 vendors we have. Azure Sentinel, Amazon Guard Duty, all these. It's clear?
These all tools are same, sir, like Splunk tool only, sir.
No, all tools are different. On the graphical user interface wise, it is different. When you say graphical user interface, whenever you are opening console, it is different. Maybe you are open, you have example, Hari, maybe consider, maybe you have Yahoo Mail and Gmail and also Outlook. Okay. So what is the importance of any email? What is the importance of Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Outlook?
It is while sending and receiving emails.
Yeah, that's
important,
perfect.
mails.
Yeah, that's perfect answer. For sending the mails and receiving the mails, we'll use either Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Outlook. So all these. In the similar way, for security incident investigations also, we have so many tools are available in the market. Backend concept is different. Backend concept is same as it is for every vendor. But front-end console-wise, it is different. For all the tools we will use for security incident investigation or forensic analysis. Console is different. Nothing but appearance-wise, it is different. But backend process is same.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So you no need to expert in all the tools, whatever tools are available in the market. If you know one tool, that is more than sufficient.
Okay, sir.
It's a good question. Thanks for asking. Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so much and good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.